Another day, another poll where One Nation are leading the government and the coalition. Everyone we know is saying they're going to be voting for One Nation in Victoria come November.
But what if there's no One Nation to vote for?
3, 2, 1.
Just before we begin, you'll notice something a little different on the screen. We'll now be showing the current government debt in the top left corner of the screen for the first few minutes of each episode. This is something, up here, mate, it's going to be right up there. This is something that's been requested a number of times and we thought it was a good idea. The data is correct at the time of editing because obviously it's not really up there, is it?
No.
No.
So the data is correct.
Whatever. Scottish. So One Nation are going to win the Victorian election, mate. Just ask the people.
Don't they need some candidates first?
Candidates would be handy. Let's check their website out, shall we?
Sure.
That's it.
Right, move down so I can see the rest of them.
No, that's it. Now, Darren ran in the Nepean by-election earlier this year, but there's been no update on the website since. In fact, the website asks you if you'd like to be a volunteer at the upcoming South Australian election that was also heard earlier this year.
They're a little bit behind, and we're considering voting for this party.
Yeah.
I would love to vote for them.
I would
but
too.
This does not instill a great lot of faith.
No confidence here, mate.
No. And it's really sad because who else is there to vote for if we can't vote for this party?
We'll get to that because the choices are slim, mate. So we've recently been worried about whether or not One Nation will be able to pull enough candidates, as in quality candidates, together to mount a challenge at the Victorian state election in November. This became even more pressing when the coalition put in a vote of no confidence against Jacinda Allen on the 18th of June. This will be heard in Parliament and voted on toward the end of July. And fair enough, putting in the vote of no confidence.
It points towards one or two things, though.
I have no confidence in Jacinda.
No, I have no confidence, but...
It does, mate. It does point to one of two things. You're right. It's either a publicity stunt from the coalition. God knows they need some positive publicity as they try to make themselves relevant again.
Definitely. I mean, I've really not seen a hell of a lot of Jess anywhere.
She's on Facebook a lot, and that's about it. And she's touring hard. You'd think she'd be at the start of every news bulletin. Not that I watch a lot of the news.
I've seen little bits and pieces, and from what I've heard, I know they just tell you. They rattle off what's popular and to try and get you across the line. But she didn't seem too bad, I'll be honest with you. And, you know, I'm no fan.
You're not a fan of it.
But, yeah.
It's either that, mate, or it's the Uni Party moving to block One Nation. So while it's generally considered that Labor will quickly end the motion, what if the 10 or so Labor votes required to do defect and the motion is upheld? That would mean a snap election to be held in August, and then there is no way One Nation can run candidates in every seat.
Yeah, well, that is scary. That's even scarier.
If that was to happen...
There'd be no way they could fill
no way.
the rest of their seats.
And it proves what a lot of people have been saying, that the Uni Party is alive and well, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they will conspire. However, we have had doubts on whether One Nation can put enough candidates, quality candidates, in even if the election is in November, mate.
Well, I mean, how many seats all up are we talking?
128. It's a lot of candidates to find, right?
It's a lot.
So for the last week or two, we've put our ears and noses to the ground, annoyed our contacts, worked the phones, whatever you want to call it, and we've heard that as of right now, there isn't much One Nation action going on in Victoria, mate. In November, there'll be 88 Legislative Assembly seats up for re-election, as well as 40 seats in the Legislative Councils. That's lower and upper.
Yep.
We're hearing that less than 10% of those seats will have a One Nation candidate running.
Oh, that's poor.
It is poor.
That is very poor.
In fact, I'm hearing much less than 10%, which is a real worry. But there is still time to get some candidates, but they need to get cracking now, mate.
What is there, 17 weeks left?
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time, man.
And there's a campaign period in before that, right? That's till we actually vote.
Well, they still got to pick a freaking premier.
They have done zero campaigning and they're still ahead on the polls, but they need to put someone up.
The thing is, they've done all this stuff has happened. Do you think it's happened too quick for them?
Oh, they were unprepared, no doubt.
But they should have had half an idea after the South Australian election that they were going to be up there with a chance.
Yep. Well, at the start of the year, they were saying they were going to have somebody run as a candidate in every electorate. Now, that feels right now miles away. So word on the street is that One Nation has reluctantly given up on running across the majority of seats in Victoria and will now focus in part on the New South Wales state election, which is in March next year, still not that far away,
No.
and mainly on the federal election in 2028. And I think that's where their focus is going to be, mate. I think they're going to say thanks, but unfortunately we can't do a lot in Victoria this year. A bit like we heard from Jared Rennick the other night, which is coming up on our channel.
Yep.
Really, really sorry. We're not going to be able to help you much this year, but we'll be having a big push at federal. Got a feeling One Nation.
Do the same.
Yeah. There's been a number of knockbacks from those courted by One Nation. So Gina Reinhardt's CEO of Hancock Agriculture, Adam Giles, was offered a gig that would have seen him run as Premier, but he knocked it back. Me personally, and I think you as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Thank God.
Yeah.
He knocked it back.
Yeah.
Because if you donate a plane and a few bucks, then you're CEO of Agriculture.
It just doesn't feel right, does it?
Does it? Yeah. So I don't blame him for not putting himself in that position.
I don't think they should have even offered him it, to be honest with you. I think it's a bad look.
I don't know the guy. I think he was in politics earlier, maybe, and I think there is a connection there. But whatever that connection is, we wouldn't have wanted him.
You said there was 3 people.
There was another couple.
Yep.
And they've knocked the gig back as well.
Oh.
Yep.
Do we know them?
I knew one of them by name, but not as to what they stood for. And now the party's line of thinking is that there's really nobody left for them to throw up as a potential leader to lead them in the election.
So what's the point in
filling
the seat?
No. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think rikkie-lee too would be a fantastic leader.
Oh, yeah, she'd be great.
I think Bernie Finn could lead.
Yep.
I've got no issue there. And what's happened to Colleen Harkin? She could have taken on the leading role as well. She's been Liberal for years and years and years. Now she's come over to One Nation. I think she's going to run federal again. So, yeah, I think they've run dry on who can lead them. And without a strong leader,
yeah.
So
that's basically the reason they're not doing it. Then I think the reason they've just kind of went,
this is getting too hard. We haven't got a great candidate base.
They could probably get the snake, but they just don't have a head.
South Australia, they ended up with Corey Bernardi, which was fantastic. Yep. Strong leader.
Yep.
Popular. They haven't got anybody in Victoria that they believe can run it. Now, I still believe there are a couple there that can run it, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be. So the polls can be sourced and read any way you like, right? They're just polls. If you enter the ballot box and there's no One Nation candidate on the ballot, who are you going to give your vote to? Who's left that is worthy of a vote, worthy of running our state? Is it the devil you know in Labor?
No. No. I'd rather hang myself.
No, don't do that.
No, I won't.
No. Move interstate before you do that.
Well, I said that to my wife. I said, if they get back in, we're moving. She went, but this is the house of my dreams. I'm like,
I've got the same argument. Looks like we're moving together, mate.
To Queensland.
Look out, Queensland. Is it the devil itself in the Greens?
No. God, no.
No.
I just don't know if they're even worse than Labor. Labor have been so bad. I can't even suggest that Greens are going to be even worse.
I just wish they'd changed the name to the Reds because there's nothing green left about them, mate.
Yeah, very, very true.
Or do you put your faith in a party that, to be frank, hasn't had its shit together for years now and is still fighting itself in what many believe is constant self-destructive wave of behaviour, mate?
Well, look, I'll be honest with you. If One Nation don't put anybody up, I'm going to have to vote Liberal.
Oh, darn.
I'm going to have to.
I think there's probably a few feeling that way.
I just cannot bring myself to vote that socialist
Liberal
pack of arseholes. And
Liberal feel to me like a disorganised rabble. This feels like to me this is the most important election in Victoria's history in a long time.
And we've got
no choice.
We've got nobody.
That's how it's feeling.
Yeah.
And there are minor parties that you can vote for. There's the legalised cannabis party, who you've gone off and I was never a fan of.
Well, that's like voting for Labor.
Well, it's, communist vote. The Animal Justice Party.
Same again.
Labor Patsy. Family First Victoria, the Freedom Party, the Libertarians, who I believe have some good policies.
Libertarians?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Shooters, Fishers and Farmers, again, who have some good policies.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
And, of course, the Victorian Socialists, who I'm not a huge fan of.
What's the new party called? That?
No, they're not running.
What are they going to be called?
The People's Party is what they'll end up being, the Australian People's Party. But a vote for any of those sees either a Labor patsy walk in or your vote discarded and your preference vote counted. When it all comes down to it, it's going to be Labor and the coalition that are standing last at this rate. If One Nation don't get candidates together, if they don't get their act together, it's going to come down to these two parties again.
I know.
And I don't want to vote for either of them, mate.
And the thing is, there's a chance, even without a picked premier, that they could still get in. If they have bums on seats, people will just vote them so as they don't have to vote for Labour or Liberal.
Yeah.
Right? So
I agree, mate.
They might get seats they didn't even think they were going to get.
Yeah.
Because people are just so sick of what they've had for like the last, how many years? 20 years.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
58 years.
So if they just get bums on seats, they might be shocked at the amount of people that actually vote for them.
If they end up running 8 or 10 candidates or whatever it ends up them running, let's say it's 10 candidates and they win all of those 10 seats, then they get to have a say probably in the upper house. And they get to push back on whoever wins the election on their policies. But right now it feels like I can't see how Labor don't win, mate.
No. It's sad. Very sad.
Because whatever you say about Liberal, they're not engaging with the people. Jess is on this major tour around the state, but she's not engaging with the people.
No.
What she's doing isn't cutting through. She's campaigning really hard, but it's not getting any cut through at all.
It's getting no traction at all. No.
So for those out there planning to vote for One Nation, we suggest you get a backup plan ready just in case they leave you high and dry. And it does feel like they leave you high and dry. And you've been bringing up some good points in the last few weeks. Some of their policies all of a sudden don't necessarily align.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they're shooting themselves in the foot with some of the stuff they're coming out with, like the SBS and the ABC thing. I know she's got a gripe with them, but that's, in Victoria especially, I reckon that's their demographic.
It is. Yeah.
People watch that.
Yeah. Yep. Now, whether you want to watch the ABC or the SBS news programs is irrelevant.
Yeah.
All the other programs that are on there, our demographic love.
Yep.
So they need to be careful with what they put forward.
I don't know who gave them that idea that that was a good idea to do that. Or was it a personal thing from Pauline?
I think it was, but we both know people who have gone, oh, that happens, I'm not voting for them.
Yeah.
And then there's other policies as well, like bringing back capital punishment.
Yep.
The abortion issues.
Yeah.
So there, all of a sudden, there are some issues that party's brought up. Now, whether or not that's how, we don't know whether that's what will be policies in Victoria because there's no candidates pushing these things.
Well, there's that one guy.
Well, there's that one guy.
In the PN.
Yep. You seen him lately? Rikkie-Lee's pushing as hard as she can in her area.
She would be great.
She would be awesome.
I know.
Mate. Yeah. But I don't even know whether she's going to run as One Nation or whether she's going to be an independent. I really don't know. She's not listed on their website.
That's not right.
As a candidate. So let's hope she runs as One Nation.
Yep. And
stays where she is.
Let's hope she's one of the 10% that is.
Well, exactly right. Let's hope she's one of the seats they have. Anyway, let us know what you think, people. It's getting awfully late in the process. We want to know who their candidates are. We want to know what their commitments are, what their policies are, so that we can make an informed decision.
And we do not want to vote the Greens or Labour or Liberal for that matter.
No, exactly right.
Please make this not come true and have as many bums on seats that we can vote for as opposed to voting for those other lot.
Well,
I'd rather vote for One Nation over any of those guys.
Would you ever be the bloke that ticks yourself off on the electoral roll, walks into the ballot, doesn't tick anything at all, folds it up and puts it in as a blank?
Well, you know what? I might have to do that if... Although
that's become an option for me as well now.
I know.
But that's a donkey vote.
It is a donkey vote.
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
But I can't bring myself to tick some of these parties, mate.
It's not looking great. Well, I get the Libertarians, but they're never going to get in.
Then your preferences become really important.
I know.
Because they're not going to get in. You're right. Yeah. Same with, All right, let us know what you think, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
G'day, everyone. Last week in preparation for this episode, I reached out to One Nation to see if they wanted to make a comment on what we were going to put forward. We then recorded the episode and edited the episode without hearing anything back from One Nation. But just need to let you know that today we did receive a reply from One Nation. I think it's a generic reply. I think it's the same one that's been reported quite widely. So what I thought I'd do is just read that through so that you can hear what their reply is, because that might put some of you at ease after the episode that we've just edited. Dear Chris, as preparations continue for the 2026 Victorian state election, we wanted to take the opportunity to provide a brief update on the work taking place behind the scenes. While much of our work is not yet visible publicly, please be assured that a significant amount of planning and preparation is well underway. Candidate recruitment, campaign planning, policy development, and organisational preparation are all progressing as part of a carefully considered strategy developed specifically for Victoria, with a strong focus on ensuring that strong foundations are in place so that when our campaign begins, it is coordinated, effective, and positioned to achieve the strongest possible result. We also understand the frustration many members have expressed regarding the inability of federal branches to become directly involved in the Victorian state election campaign. Unfortunately, this is not a decision made by the party, but a requirement of Victoria's electoral laws and regulations. To ensure we remain fully compliant, we must maintain a clear separation between federal branch activities and the state campaign. I would add there that neither Al or I are members, so this has been set to us separately. To overcome this limitation, we are about to launch our new regional committee structure across Victoria. These committees have been established specifically to support the state election campaign and will provide members with a direct opportunity to become involved in campaigning, volunteer coordination, community engagement, and local activities. We encourage members who are keen to get involved on the ground to join their regional committee as they are rolled out over the coming weeks. In addition, we will be progressively opening campaign offices across the state. These offices will serve as local hubs where members, volunteers, and the wider community can connect with One Nation, access campaign materials, meet local representatives, and become actively involved in our movement. There is a great deal happening behind the scenes, and while not every aspect of our strategy can be shared publicly at this stage, please be assured that every decision is being made with the long-term success of the campaign in mind. We appreciate your continued patience, confidence, and support as we build towards what we believe will be One Nation Victoria's biggest campaign yet. Thank you for your understanding with us. We look forward to working alongside you as the campaign enters its next phase.